how to get more reviews. How can you get more business, give your business that edge, earn more money, and ultimately have happier clients? Get reviews. Hi, I'm Tessa. I'm with Ashford Digital. I'm a marketing strategist, and I have Tracy Taylor, and she is a social media guru over at TNT Marketing. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tessa, how are you today?
I'm good. It's beautiful. Always amazing to wake up and have a new start every day. So I'm happy.
Yep, we're good.
And I'm happy to be here to talk to you guys about reviews. And so we're going to dive into how to get reviews, how to ask for reviews. I love how Tracy asks for reviews. And we're also going to talk about how you get reviews when you don't have a business yet. You're a brand new startup. You just decided to switch career paths, or you have a new app or product, service, whatever. And how do you get the ball rolling with reviews? So we're going to talk about all of this in today's session. Please let us know if you're watching us live with #live, and let us know where you're watching from. I'm always curious on where we have everyone tuning in from. Even if you're on the replay, tell us where you're watching us from. And if you have an established business or a new business, I'd love to know that too. So Tracy, first of all, I love how you ask for reviews, but we're going to cover that in just 1 second because I lost my notes. So now I'm trying to find them. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. So if you have an established business, you want to know where your links are, right? So Tracy, do you have any recommendations for how we would find them? The link that you would give to clients? I know in LinkedIn you can ask for recommendations.
Yes. So LinkedIn, you can ask for recommendations. You can also ask people and take turns and pay attention where you ask, because you don't want the same people giving you the same reviews on each platform. So maybe you network somewhere and you want 1 week for them, and you say, hey guys, I'm really trying to focus on my Google reviews, because for every 5 or 10 positive Google reviews, it ranks you up so many more levels in the Google world. And so ask them, and it's best to email somebody so you can actually go into your Google My Business account and copy the link for reviews, and you can email it out. That way, all they have to do is click a link. And when you do that, people are super great for that. You can also utilize Facebook. Although reviews have changed in Facebook,
yes,
you can still give them and get them. And one of the easiest ways to give and receive a review in Facebook is really quick. Give them.
Oh.
If you give them 9 times out of 10, especially if it's somebody that you know, that you do business with, that you like and trust, they are really they want to reciprocate that. So for instance, this morning, perfect example, I don't do a ton on Alignable.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frustrating platform for me, but it's definitely there and I use it. So this morning when I came into the office, hey Meg, this morning when I came into the office, and Melanie, hi ladies.
Oh, hey Melanie, good to see you.
In the office, I had an email that said Dr. Watts, my chiropractor, had left me a review. So I read the review, and immediately following that, I left him a review. And then I also went back to his Facebook page to make sure that I had left a review on there, which that had been done moons ago, but I still had one on there. And so you really want to do that because it's easy. And in LinkedIn, of course, you can actually go in there and target somebody and say, I'm asking you for a recommendation.
Right.
And so that is something easy. And you can tell people, this makes my life so much easier. I'm happy to reciprocate and give it back to you. But make sure that they are getting and giving you reviews. It's very easy, and it makes all the world of difference in your business.
Yeah, so I think that's a great tip. Give a review if you want to get one in return. You also had another really cool nugget in there, and that's that in your BNI groups or networking groups, ask for them to review you, be that you
Yep.
can ask, you can have an ask at the end, or, you know, when the time comes. That is a great thing to, I didn't even think about doing that. That's a great thing to ask for. Maybe that week you don't ask for leads, you just say, can you give me a character review or whatever on the channels. So in the chat, I put the link for you to find your Google My Business link. So I've had a lot of people who say, I don't know how to go do that. When you click on that link, as long as you're logged into the Google account that's tied to your business page, that's usually your email one. If you have G Suite, it's going to be your main email most of the time. You know, if you have to hunt that down, you know, talk to us. We might be able to help you find who owns that sucker.
Right.
But that, if you click that link, it will take you to that section of Google My Business, and that's a big one. I have that link on a short URL that I can grab in my notepad on my computer at all times. And the reason why is because as you're talking to clients, you're going to listen for compliments. And anytime I'm talking to my clients and they say, "Gosh, you know what? I'm so excited. I love this site. It looks beautiful. I'm so excited. You got exactly what I wanted." Well, that's a great compliment. And what I want to do is repeat it back to them. So I heard what they said, repeat it back and say, "Hey, that's an amazing compliment. You know, it would mean so much to me." Well, usually I say it means a lot to me that you feel that way. So they understand that it personally means a lot to me. And then I say, you know, if I email that back to you, would you mind putting that up on Google or Facebook or wherever I want them to go? So when you hear a compliment, like capture it. And like, some people say compliments and they really don't think about putting it up as a review because it's not something people normally do. They don't normally go and just put out a whole bunch of positive out there, right? They're normally putting out the negative just because they are upset. So they'll go to do these reviews. But when you prompt it as something that really means a lot to you and that would help, and you say it so beautifully, Tracy, like it helps other people make decisions. Can you say what you recommend?
Whenever somebody is looking at a business, say they're looking at Tessa and they're looking for a website and she's got tons of reviews, it lets people know how other clients feel about her as a business owner, but maybe also about her character. And so when they do that, it makes it very easy for them to just make the decision to go with you. I mean, a quick example, if you know me really well, or if you don't know me, I'm a lot more casual than most business owners. And so, you know, I'm in the area that we live in. When I go talk to people, if I walk in and I'm super dressed up, they don't want to talk to me. And so, you know, and I revert this back to a good friend of mine. He's in a networking group with me. And so he sells commercial insurance. This is a perfect place to say it. He drives a 2008 Toyota Tundra pickup truck. When he goes in as a commercial insurance agent to a very large company to try and develop and start a relationship with the business owner to get that commercial insurance, he told me a ton of people asked me, "What do you drive?" And he said, "Well, I drive a 2008 Toyota Camry," or, you know, Toyota Tundra. Sorry, I don't know why I'm thinking Camry.
I was like, what?
In my brain, because she loves a Camry. So he gets to go do that. And he said, then they get into the office and they'll often say, "Cool, what does your wife drive?" And she drives a vehicle that's similar in age to him. And because it's 2020, they realize that he's not out because they think by what you drive that you make a ton of money. And they don't want that cocky personality to come into them because their business insurance is a big deal. And so you got to be careful with, you know, you want people to know you behind the business. You want them to know that you're alive and that you're great. And I guess what you're getting at too, and I said this last week on something, you don't want 1,000 positive reviews. Somewhere along the way in your business, you've pissed somebody off. And it's okay. The important part about that is how you handle that review. Exactly. And you know what? When I go to a business and I go to a place, if they have a 5.0 out of a 5.0,
a little skeptical.
So yeah. I'm apt to be positive if they have a 4.6 or a 4.8. Everybody is not a ball of rainbows and sunshine, and we do that. It's business. Somewhere along the way, you've pissed somebody off, and it's okay. Right. But you're probably doing your job.
Yeah, so, there is a way to handle it though. So if you get a negative or even slightly negative review, so it's a 2, 1, something's wrong. One thing I do recommend is if you're going to go solicit reviews, then you're going to have to turn up your listening on the channels to make sure that somebody isn't leaving a negative review. The more you ask, the more you're going to receive everything. So if you have, a sequence that goes out and says, don't forget to leave us a review, I mean, obviously you're kind of opening yourself up. A lot of people will not ask for reviews because they think it's going to open themselves up to that. So what I have to say is it's actually an opportunity for you to see what's going wrong before it becomes too big of a problem. So you can fix reviews. You can go, and if you got a bad review, like go to the person. First of all, what to put on social media, what to not put on social media. First of all, apologize for their experience. And you're not admitting fault at all and saying, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. That's their thing. So it's like, I own some of this, but so does that person. They might have just been having a horrible day. Well, you can apologize for their experience. And then you can say, can we take this offline so that we can talk about how I can make this right? So saying that, and then going to them, figuring out how you can make it right, and ask them if they can change their review. If they don't understand that you just did the right thing, you won't always get them fixed. That's just how people are. Sometimes you can't undo something that was done, but know that it's an opportunity and you can see it as something that's a concern in your business. So look at it as a bigger picture. Are they saying they waited too long? Do you have a pipeline jam? Do you have too many people? Do you need new staff? Do you need processes fixed? Do you need cash flow? Something's wrong and you're not able to provide, like you're, reducing your quality of something. So look at the bigger picture and just know that it's something that one bad review could prevent a lot of other bad things from happening in the big picture, right? So, but that's the negative side. I'm definitely going to come back because I love where you went on that, and it was definitely in our notes to cover. But there are 2 more things to focus on when you're talking to people about reviews. And this is to know ahead of time. So be preemptive in planning that you need things for your business. So know what your pain points, what objections you typically get in your business. Your sales objections should be what you're looking for testimonials or reviews on.
And have them ready. have your traditional responses ready, and just know, I'm gonna kind of go backwards for just 1 second. But I want everybody on the planet to know, if you're a business owner or you're in high management somewhere, I want you to remember there is a 10% of the population that I don't care if you gave them $1 million in cash, 2 dozen roses, and 24 chocolate candy bars. You can't please them. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Roll on,
move on, and identify what that person why they didn't work for you.
And it goes back to the thing I said it the other day. Did you/they have a bad day, or did they give you a bad them? And if that's the case, that's up to them for resolution. And granted, yes, they made a snippy remark on one of your review pages. You have the opportunity to go in there, and I've done it on my own page twice in 7 years. I've had 2 bad reviews in 7 years, and you know what? They're just those people. Whatever. I can't do anything about it. If you read all the other ones, people that are smart, if you have a bad review, they're going to kind of figure out that that's not you and that's not normal. And so they're just going to kind of move on about it. But you have a spot to reply. And the easiest reply is, you can put a quick date on there, like 8/24, resolution per our email communication. Have a great day. You don't have to go into detail, and I would advise you not to, but you have the opportunity to say, I gave them resolution. Per their request.
If they're not going to change the review, give it, then just put, we dealt with this. I do think that a lot of people, if they see a bad review, how you handle it is more important almost than getting a resolution. Like, are you nice, or did you turn into, it's a cat fight on the internet, right? So
I've seen that before, and I have to message people, and I'm like, stop. Go
just take a deep breath.
Because you were in a public fight on a public forum. Stop. You're a business owner. There's 20,000 of us that love you, and that one person, you don't know. Did their partner or their spouse say, I want a divorce this morning? Did they find out their kid has cancer? Did they lose their job this morning? Were they laid off? Are they about to lose their home? we don't know what's going on with everybody, and there's always this thing of be humble and kind, and we have to do that because I read a thing the other day, and that's where I got it. It said, "Did you have a bad day, or did you give the day a really blank you?" And I was like, "Oh,
I
I
love
love
that.
that." So
That's
I'm
true.
thinking,
Yeah.
"Okay, that's a new perspective."
I like that
So
perspective. But
yeah,
you just because when you start to ask for reviews, you might get some people who don't, like I said, I think you can't get reviews if you don't ask for them. Most people are not going to just voluntarily hop up and tell
um,
everyone how happy they are because it's just not, that's not how we are. We don't think that way.
mhm,
But again, go back to if you hear a compliment, if you know you had a big win, I usually ask for reviews after big wins. There's one other thing that I want to say too about this. But if you got a big win, you have a compliment that came,
yeah,
ask for it. But then keep in mind that ask early in the relationship, in a working relationship with anyone.
yeah.
And the reason why I say this is because all relationships are amazing in the beginning. We're all like, oh my gosh, he's so sweet and he does
Love
all these things.
you.
I
Yeah,
love you. You're awesome. 10 years later, you know a lot more about each other and you know each other's faults and you know that each other are not always 100%. And so it's harder to get in a review later in a relationship with a
mhm,
client. But we do what we call quality assurance calls, or we do like just touch bases
yeah,
on with the client, and we make it more about the experience they're having with us and less
yeah,
about reviews. We don't even say anything about a review. We ask them questions about how their experience is going. And then we say, why did you choose us? So we're kind of making them flash back to the beginning of the relationship, kind of
yeah,
like saying, what was our first date to your,
right.
husband, right?
Because her
And
eyes are gorgeous, or I like, I mean, we're all adults. What's that new thing? One of them says like, "I like your butt." I
oh,
like you to have a good day. I mean, you never know why people choose you. Do you have something majorly in common? We
right?
have people that Tessa and I get people all the time. They love some of our branding colors and it makes them happy and it makes them excited. You don't know why somebody chooses you. And
Sure.
you're exactly right. Like in the beginning when you're all still dating and you're happy and even as a business owner to a client, you have a courtship.
Right.
And if you
Absolutely.
develop a great relationship with them and you love them, go give them a review first. It'll kind of spear the conversation. But I
Right.
love that you said compliment because I always say, even if you've never used them you've never used their services maybe, but you know them as a person, give them a character review. I mean, guys, a review is a review is a review. And people need to know who they're dealing with and how
Right.
they handle life in their business as well as how they are and how they're going to give them good customer service. And so that's something
Exactly.
that's super, super, super great for us.
Yeah, but if you do have those relationships with long-term clients,
Yeah.
like I have some clients I've worked with for 5, I think 8 years now, and
Mhm.
some of my clients. So again, do that touch base call and ask them. I have a whole list of questions I'm happy to give you guys. These are questions that kind of make them think back about why they chose you, but then it's also like, well, what's been the best experience that you've had with us? So it actually creates the testimonial because they're kind of flashing back, but then they are just naturally giving you feedback, and it comes out as a testimonial. And it may not be like the shining ones that are right when they first start with you, but
Right,
it's still real, and it's
right.
real content that you can also put up. So think about it that way. I just do a quick Zoom call with people,
Yeah,
and I do that question, ask those questions, and then that also goes into my marketing. So hugely drives what it is that we're marketing, because we know,
yeah.
oh, this is what people want. So I know I promised that we were going to have a couple tips for those of you guys without established businesses yet, or that just started your services, your app, or
Yeah,
your product. So here's the trick. I call it videos. It's an acronym. So V is for VIP access. So if you are just brand new, you need to get your reviews built up. You're going to first start with V for VIP access or beta groups, and that's getting people in. And you're saying, hey, we have this new service, app, or product, and we want to make. I think you'd be a great fit. Would you be interested in coming into the VIP group? I say VIP because beta group sounds like it's going to be buggy.
mhm.
so
Yeah, I like that.
so
I like
maybe
that.
not say
Yeah.
beta group, but say, hey, it's a VIP access group, or we're launching a new program. I'd love for you to, be in the first testers. But again, tester might be a little buggy too. So V for VIP access. I for influencers. So influencers and I for interest groups. You could go to either one and say, hey, I know that you're an expert in this topic area. I think that this item that I have is going to be amazing for you and that your audience is really going to love it. Would you be interested in demoing it or having it? You can give it away to influencers if you have something to give to them, or they can try it out, or you just work out kind of an influencer package. And now influencers sometimes cost money. So you might have to be forking out, $200 or so to get somebody actively in that, or just go to an interest group like Tracy and I go to Women's Entrepreneur Network, which is a great group to participate in. If you haven't signed up for that, or if you know any ladies that want to, go over there and sign up. But
we love it.
Yeah. And then the third letter, so video, VID, discounts. So you can offer discounts for people. I know we did a momentum party where we gave like free access to our momentum party, our first one, because it was our beta or VIP. And we gave that discount and we said, after, we just want testimonials. So anything you can give us or any review to us, feedback. So I should say, sometimes ask for feedback, not testimonials, because feedback can be bad. Feedback is them telling you, hey, that was super glitchy. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't get in the event, right? So just say you would like to get feedback, and that way you can improve the program. So D for discounts. And then Tracy, do you want to do the O?
Oh, you're going to let me do it. So O is for opportunities, and that gives you the opportunity to solve a problem. It lets you hit a pain point, because I don't care if it's business or personal, a lot of purchases have a wee bit of an emotional kind of attachment or an issue. And so, and anytime if somebody's new in their business or you're new in your business, you want to get the opportunity and the time to shine. And if you can solve a problem, there's your shining star moment. And so if you can give that, then people are going to give you great feedback. Again, do what Tessa said. I'm just looking for some feedback. If somebody calls you or they email you, you can easily reply and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Would you mind to put that on XYZ platform for me? That would just mean the world to me. And by the way, I'll keep you in the loop for the next thing that we have going on, and invite them back. So always look for opportunities, and just make that part of your strategy. Definitely a positive one.
Perfect. Yeah. And you might see them talking about the problem on social media. So if you have a listening tool, you might just search and see if anyone's talking about, gosh, my hair gets stuck in the drain. Well, there's already a solution for that. But, someone says, I am so frustrated, I'm snaking my drain again. Well, know the words to look for. And then if you can go directly to that person and say, hey, in a private message, you don't have to do it publicly. I know a lot of the people like John, Ken, and I think we have Jared and a couple other people that are on our channel right now. They have things that are not quite launched yet, but you could go look for the solution, offer them to come into that program. And like Tracy said, you're going to give them, come back to them too. So after you do this, with our VIP group, we had people that went through our first momentum party. We're actually offering them a discount because they're going to get swag bags and all that kind of stuff for our next party. But we're saying, hey, can you come back and do it with us? And it's great to have like that group of people that's comfortable with how it worked the first time. They get a discount, a heavy discount, so that they can participate. And then they might, if they didn't give us a positive review yet, they might be even more willing to, because now they feel comfortable, right? So your beta group might become a really good evangelist. Yeah.
Reward them. You want to reward those folks, especially if you're, I talked with a guy yesterday, and this is perfect. Because he actually did this with me. I'm not sitting here going, this is really familiar. So I had a guy that I did a consult with yesterday, and he owns, it's in the health and wellness kind of field. And we were talking about it, and he said, you know what? He said, I really want to take this to the next step. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So I have to kind of do a little bit more research and develop it, but he's giving me a 1-month VIP access to his club so that I can see this treatment and this therapy type stuff that he's doing for people, because if I experience it, then I can market it well for him. Right. So That's exactly right, because chances are if I do something for a month, I may love it, and guess what? Not only am I a new customer for him, but then he's a client for me. And so that happens. A lot of my clients, that's where I go to do things. I have a client that does carpet, tile, and upholstery cleaning, and they opened a sister company to do home cleaning with soft wash. So not a pressure wash. It's a soft wash for your home. It's not as damaging to some of the exterior
Oh.
features. And earlier this year, we had them come out and do the cleaning on our home for the spring. And when they left, I messaged him back and I said, just go ahead and put me on the calendar for next year. You can come back, because it was amazing. And so that's the kind of stuff that happens. And we can do that as well as they may want to do the same thing for us. So, it's kind of, if you give, you will receive. But if you put somebody in a beta group, or if you're asking them, you're giving them a discount or an opportunity, reward them for participating
Yes.
with you, because it means the world to them.
Well, and our S on videos is special treatment. Exactly. Rewards, ironically. So give them special treatment, walk them through, be a little bit more detailed in how you handle it. One, because you're building a relationship, and the better the relationship is, the better the chances you have for a good review. But more than that, you are experiencing every minute, you're experiencing pain points, you're experiencing what kind of challenges they might be running into. So you can offer a better service when you are close to your clients. So there's special treatment, but all of them spell videos. So guys, please think about hopping on with your clients on Zoom and creating a video, because nothing speaks more honestly and genuinely than your real customer giving you a real review on video. It says everything. Like, it's easy for people to put something on paper and add a picture to it, right? Not easy to put somebody that and that's giving you a testimonial in front of, everybody. So it is a little bit trickier, and people do have to get ready and all that stuff. But like I said, we do those touch base calls.
Yes.
Usually I just schedule a Zoom and I just say, hey, we're going to talk through it. It is going to be video. If you want to, dress up, you're more than welcome. But I mean, if we hear something that's amazing, we'll clip it out. But if not, then it's just for my information. So it's kind of giving them a heads up that, hey, if you want to put makeup on, or, not have 15 cats walking around.
Whatever. We've done that before, Tessa. I think you were here when we did it one time.
I think so.
We went to Hawaii, but in our BNI chapters, there are times that we will literally schedule a day and say, during open networking or in the middle of the meeting, instead of having speakers, we're going to give you the opportunity live to either give somebody a video testimonial or use your phone and go give them a review somewhere. That's the point of networking, and that's the point of supporting each other's businesses. So we will actually make that a live session. And part of what we do is we say, oh, by the way, go review your own BNI chapter on Facebook.
Smart.
For people, it's a great idea. So you can do tons of things with that. You can record a beautiful testimonial with somebody in person on your cell phone, and you can upload it as a post. You can upload it as a comment somewhere. You can use it multiple places, and if you have a video testimonial, that is a great way to do an ad, as long as the person doesn't mind that you're going to pay to use their testimonial a little bit more. But
well, I think I just tell people I'm going to give you a chance to review it before anything goes up. And then before, when I'm, introducing it, I just say, do I have your permission to record this and use it for social media? If something you don't want in there, you just tell me you don't want it in there, right? So, I mean, it's just a yes and no back and forth. Just email. You don't have to have a formal document or anything. I mean, you can, but it's a lot of extra, legal stuff when it's just really, hey, I got permission by email. So I know we have only a couple more minutes. I want to say thank you to all of you who are on with us live. I know Melanie said, good morning, pretty ladies. Well, you are so sweet, Melanie. I miss you. And John, I know you were talking, there's so much in here, but John has lots of things he commented, but social media etiquette, we definitely.
Comment. So he was all up in it.
Yep, and we have Bill. Thank you so much. And he is with High Rise Sports Chair, but it's called Goliath. I know he Goliath.
Yeah.
And we have John Miner, and live video has become a powerful tool. You're right. And so I am going to be testing out. Let me just see if I got everybody. I think I did. Oh, Ken. Good morning. Thank you for saying it's great info. Crash Pad. That's the one I want to get you in touch with, Tracy, because you might have some connections.
Yeah.
So thank you guys all so much for being here. Please follow our page after the video. It'll give you a chance to get notifications when we go live, wherever you are. We're on like 15 places or 4.
We're everywhere, guys. 11 o'clock.
Inside our post, there is a link to get reminders. We will text you when we go live, so you can do it from your phone or wherever you want. And then there's also a link in the chat in the post to submit a question. So if you guys want us to cover a specific topic, or we didn't answer your question on the live, let us know. Go over there. We're here every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I love how I have to check what time I'm actually every single time I do a show. I'm like, what time is it? I don't know.
Where am I? What time
11 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. And we are so glad that you guys are here. If you got something really, really good nugget, please put it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I go through all the comments after. So thank you guys all so much. Tracy, thank you for being here and for all the great information. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Have a blessed week. Bye.
Bye.